It seems nowadays, game studios have run out of ideas, so to make a quick buck, they take a game of theirs, make it shiny, and sell it as an HD remaster. A lot of games have been following this trend, games that I don't feel need it. So here you go, the top 10 games that I feel need an HD remake or remaster. Gun. Before Red Dead Redemption, there was simply Gun. Sure, it didn't have all the mechanics that Red Dead did, you know, with the horse skinning and hooker shooting, but what it did have was a decent story and a pretty fun third-person shooting system. Personally, I loved blowing up people with dynamite. I would like to re-experience all of that glory with a gun game for the modern systems, or I could wait for a sequel to Red Dead Redemption that hopefully will be coming soon. Black. Remember Black? Not many people probably do. I remember seeing a commercial for it and thinking it was the coolest thing ever. Once I rented it from the video store, I was not let down. Black was a great first-person shooter that I feel really pushed the graphics for the PlayStation 2. The destructible environments and great sound and look of the guns that is something found in shooters today. It was a game ahead of its time, and I would not be let down if it was brought to the modern era. Max Payne. I never actually played Max Payne until recently on the computer, and although it didn't look horrible, I feel it deserves a new look. Update to Max Payne 3 looks, you know, with a decent looking face instead of whatever that was. I love the graphic novel story of the whole game, as well as the bullet time shooting, which is why it deserves a fresh new look. Metal Gear Solid. Originally released for the PlayStation 1, that game really set the bar for stealth games and shooters. A great story and a great start to an awesome franchise. Yeah, there is that remake for the GameCube, but I wanted to see it have all the nice looks of Phantom Pain. Don't change the story or the gameplay, just the looks for modern systems. Elder Scrolls Morrowind. Arguably one of the best in the series, this game had so much content and had me pouring so many hours into it on the original Xbox. Its gameplay, open world, set a new standards for games in the genre. It had features and content that Skyrim doesn't even match up to. Not saying Skyrim was a bad game, just that Morrowind is a lot of fun too, which is why it deserves a new updated HD look and why it's at number 6. Star Wars Battlefront II. Yeah, I know, Star Wars Battlefront came out not too long ago and looks great. Sure it does, but it does not even come close to how fun Battlefront 2 was. Space battles, loads of map, large amounts of heroes. This game was great for any fan of Star Wars. Scrap the new Battlefront and give this one an overhaul. Mercenaries Playground of Destruction. I still play this game because it's just that much fun. The second one isn't a horrible game, but it just doesn't live up to the awesomeness that was the first one. Calling in airstrikes, open world destruction, going about missions how you wanted to, another game that seemed to be ahead of its time. This one deserves the HD title and why it's at number 4. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. I suppose if I really wanted to, I could play the first Assassin's Creed, but it just isn't the same. Sands of Time had an amazing story with pretty good voice acting, especially for the other games coming out around the time. The combat was fun, jumping over enemies and coming down on them with your sword, turning them into sand. Also, the ability to turn back time and have a do-over if you messed up was awesome. This game still holds up today, looking alright, but I want to see it on modern-day systems. Maybe even a good reboot to the series, but that's another list. Gladius. It seems a number of these games on the list are made by LucasArts. I think I might start to see a pattern. This also might be a game not many people remember. If you can go out and get a copy now, do it. This game was great. A turn-based strategy game like XCOM or Fire Emblem, it was set in ancient Rome. Traveling around to different coliseums, fighting various enemies and creatures, upgrading your characters and party. This game had everything and easily one of my favorite games of all time. I've never put money towards a Kickstarter, but I would for an HD remake of Gladius, or a complete reboot or sequel. Before I reveal number 1, here's some games that didn't quite make the top 10 list, but deserve a mention anyway. Call of Duty, the first one. Star Wars Rogue Leader Rogue Squadron 2. Soul Calibur 2. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Timesplitters II. If you haven't played this game and have a GameCube, PS2, or Xbox, go find it and get it now. This game was so much fun. A unique story having you travel through different time periods. Other games have tried this and failed. None are better than Timesplitters II. The first one is fun as well, just not as good. There are rumors that there is a sequel in the works, but I know how that goes. It just can't compete. That is why Timesplitters II deserves an HD remake and the number 1 spot. Agree with my list? Is there a game you want to see with a shiny new coat of paint? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching Not Another Top 10.